So welcome back students once again to the series of online lectures of design of steel structures. So in the last session I have discussed how to or I have cover one solution, one problem regarding the determination of collapse load by using static theorem and kinematic theorem. So in today's session also we are going to solve the another types of problems to get the collapse load by using again same static theorem and kinematic theorem. Understood? So this is the given set of structure and given set of load. So this is a structural system having a span L, that is for a beam, and support A, B, support A is hinge support, B is a roller support, and the load is concentrated load acting at a distance A from support A and at a distance B from support B. Okay. So we have to find out the collapsible load WC, the collapse load WC for given system. Okay. So again we know that here the reactions will be again two, it is one vertical at A and vertical at B. So reactions, and the number of equations of equilibrium are equations of equilibrium are is equal to 2. So therefore n will get it as n, so that is r minus 2 by number of equations of equilibrium, so 0. So we require the plastic hinge. I can write ph or h, that is both are same, ph or plastic hinge ph or only h. Basically we write ph, so that is n plus 1. So we require again one plastic hinge to convert this structure into collapsible mechanism. Understood? So where again, so we have, there are again different conditions like based on support, based on the moment of inertia, based on the maximum moment, and based on the load. So that is concentrated load. So again we will consider the plastic hinge at below the concentrated load. So at C. Okay. So therefore will be at C. We have to consider the plastic hinge at C. Plastic hinge required 1. So at C. Okay. So we will solve again by both static theorem and kinematic theorem. Okay. So for static theorem, so by again, so first of all by static theorem, by static theorem. So we will calculate by static theorem. So here we have the Bending diagram. So we will calculate the Bending diagram now. So we will draw the shape, because for static theorem we should know the Bending diagram very easily. Okay. So the Bending diagram will be, so we have the maximum ordinated bending moment will be at C. So which is nothing but MP. So this will be MP, the maximum ordinary bending moment MP, and we have the plastic hinge at C. So this is the plastic hinge. Okay. So therefore by static theorem, MP will be equal to WAB by L. So therefore WC should be equal to MP into L by AB. MP into L by AB. So this is the collapse load by static theorem. And we have again by kinematic theorem. So by kinematic by kinematic theorem again. By kinematic theorem. So we have to assume a collapsible mechanism. So we will assume same here at this. We have the load, okay. So we will assume a collapsible mechanism, like the maximum ordinal of bending moment will be by assuming at C again. So here okay, so this is the assumed mechanism, okay, and we have this will be delta, this will be delta. So the plastic hinge is here, and we have the structural hinge which is shown like this. We have already the structural hinge. So this is the hinge and this is the roller, both are nothing but pin. So these two are both are the structural hinge, and this is a plastic hinge which is solid in shape. Okay, so I call it this as theta 1 and theta 2, because I will not say theta and theta because the load is not in the center. Are you getting my point? Load is not symmetrical here, so I will not call it theta and theta. I will call it as theta 1 and theta 2. So here it will be theta 1 plus theta 2, theta 1 plus theta 2, and the span is for this from here to here is A and from here to here it is B, okay, at the concentrated rho W. So for this portion it is A and this portion it is B, okay. So we will start with this thing again. So now external work done is equal to again force into displacement, that is W into delta. External work done is force into displacement, W into delta, and internal work done is, so that is again MP. So here, because it is a structural hinge, 0 plus again at B structural hinge 0, at C we have theta 1 plus theta 2, theta 1 plus theta 2. So therefore it is MP into theta 1 plus theta 2, that is internal work done is MP into theta 1 plus theta 2. So now as theta 1 is equal to delta by A and theta 2 is equal to delta by B, here you can say theta 1 is equal to delta by A, theta 2 is equal to delta by B, okay. And therefore delta is equal to A theta 1 and again delta is equal to A theta 2. Delta is equal to A theta 1 and delta again it is B theta 2, sorry, it is B theta 2. So by equating both delta, so therefore here delta is equal to delta, I will equate delta is equal to delta, so that is A theta 1 is equal to B theta 2. So therefore theta 1 is equal to, theta 1 will be B by A theta 2, B by A theta 2. See, one is important is what? You have to get the value of theta either in terms of theta 1 or theta 2, because here the MP we have theta 1 and theta 2. So the internal work done should be either in terms of theta 1 or theta 2. So you get the value of theta 1 or theta 2. We cannot keep it theta 1 plus theta 2. We have to keep it either theta 1 plus some value plus theta 1, okay, like this. That is theta 1 plus B by theta. So we will substitute back here again. So that is internal work done is MP into theta 1 is B by A theta 2 plus theta 2. Are you getting my point? Theta 1 is B by A theta 2, okay, and plus theta 2. So therefore we will get MP is equal to A plus B divided by A into theta 2. A plus B divided by A into theta 2. So again I will write MP. So A plus B is nothing but L by A into theta 2. A plus B is nothing but L. So MP is A plus B, that is L by A into theta 2. Okay. So we will equate. So therefore external work done is equal to internal work done. So I will equate both. So internal work done is the external work done is W into delta, and the internal is MP into L by A theta 2. Theta 2. So again, what is theta 2? We already got theta 2 is delta by B. So we can find out theta 2 is where theta 2 is equal to B by A. Sorry, delta by B. Okay. So where we can see theta 2 is equal to, theta 2 is equal to delta by B. Theta 2 is equal to delta by B. You can get here delta by B. Theta is equal to delta by B. So we will substitute back here. So that is W into delta is equal to MP into L by A. Theta 2 is delta by B. So by again this thing, so we will get WC is equal to, therefore after simplifying we will get WC is equal to MP into L divided by A into B. So this is the collapse load by kinematic theorem. Okay, MP into L divided by A by B. So we got the collapse load by kinematic theorem. So same you have got here by static theorem, MP into L divided by A into B. Same. Okay, this is the these are the steps we have to follow to get. So only one thing is the conversation for theta 1 and theta 2. So when you substitute here, that is the final answer, that is theta 1 plus theta 2. So that time either you have to substitute in terms of theta 1 or theta 2. So only the change what you have to check. So understood what we did. So I will just once again review over this. So we got the reaction R is equal to 2. So that is the vertical reaction at A and vertical reaction at B. So we got R is equal to 2 and the equations of equilibrium is equal to 2. So therefore N is equal to R minus 2. So 0. So the number of plastic hinges required, pH, should be N plus 1. So 1, that should be at C. So the plastic hinge we have to provide at C. Understood? And when I start with the method, that is first static theorem. So we know that according to the ordinate of maximum measurement, MP should be equal to WA B by L. So for this we can easily find out WC should be equal to MP into L divided by A into B. MP into L divided by AB. Understood? So then after that the next by kinematic theorem. So here it is a assumed mechanism. You have to, this is very important, we have to assume a mechanism that should be assumed, okay, by giving a displacement. That is a principle of virtual work. By principle of virtual work we have to give a displacement delta at the below the concentrated load. So we will get A, B. So that is theta 1, theta 2. So that is the displacement at support A, theta 1, and at support B, theta 2. So the rotation is 0 here, that is because of the structural hinge. We can see the structural hinge is hollow and the plastic hinge is solid in shape, that is darken. Okay, so we'll get the total deflection, that is delta 1 plus theta 1 plus theta 2, okay, because of delta. And the internal work, the external work done is nothing but force into displacement. The force is W because of there is a displacement delta. So internal work done is mp into, because it's a structural hinge, rotation is 0, and this is also a structural hinge, rotation is 0, but at the center at C we have the plastic hinge, so the rotation is theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay, so we'll get the internal work done is mp into theta 1 plus theta 2. So here the important is either you have to get this value in terms of theta 1 or theta 2. So by these two, so theta 1 is delta by A, theta 2 is delta by B. Okay, so by getting this, so therefore delta is equal to A theta 1 and delta 2 is equal to B theta 2. So delta is, we have to equating delta. So here we have to get the value. So you can get here theta 2 is equal to A by B. Here we can get the value of theta 2 also. Theta 2 is equal to A by B of theta 1. We can do like that also. We can do like that. But here the value of theta 2 you have to submit. You have to use this value here, because I have got theta 1, so I use the value here. If you get theta 2, you have to use this value here, and the MP should be A plus B divided by A theta 2. So we get the internal work done MP into L by A into theta 2. So again theta 2 is delta by B. So therefore the internal work done should be the external work done should be internal work done. By equating, you will get the WC as MP into L divided by A into B. MP into L divided by L. So MP into L divided by AB. So this is again the collapse load by kinematic theorem. But one thing, the drawback of static theorem means, if you don't know the bending moment shape or the bending moment diagram, you cannot go ahead for the calculation of collapse load. Okay, but here in the kinematic theorem we can assume a mechanism, and with respect to that we can easily find out the collapse load WC. Okay, this is regarding the calculation of collapse load by using static theorem and kinematic theorem. Okay, thank you. And if you get any queries or doubt, you can contact me personally. Thank you.